Good morning and welcome to day 3 of Div 2 Nationals at Wollongong. We have a beautiful semi today, Surge v Kaos. Kaos with the disc, sending it, drops.
We're straight into the action here, Hillary.
That's right, Dan. Straight into action. Holly Tapper picks up the disc, sends it to Lee. Surge, Kaos putting on a zone already, the 3-3-1 zone.
This was something that they mentioned in the pre-game, wasn't it? That they're going to throw a bit of zone, make Surge throw a few passes.
Tubbett with the disc again, moving it slowly through the middle.
Some nice throws here, some good positioning on the disc. They're not getting caught on the sideline either.
Tubbett with the disc. Lee sending it through the middle slowly. Not much space. Receivers aren't really moving. They're not making any difference. They're just doing a 1-2 between the handlers, but it is working. They're getting it down nice and slowly. In these weather conditions, that's just what you want to do. You just want to pass it gently through, short passes. They're on the end zone line looking to score. We've got Helen Jones deep. Tuppett swinging it to the far side. Lee.
They're looking pretty good here. There's zone offense. It's never been more than a 3-meter pass, but it's been effective thus far.
Right on the doorstep of the first goal.
What?
And they get it!
Straight off the bat, a break. The Surge, the home team, they're up 1-0. Helen Jones. We're going to be saying that name a lot, I think, today, Hillary. She had a very special performance. Was that yesterday or the day before that we covered them?
We covered them on Friday, but Helen Jones has been a powerhouse all weekend, leading the Wollongong Surge team. We'll see her doing a lot of things today. She likes to grind it out, and she's a great leadership an experienced player for Wollongong Surge.
Well, it's going to be Surge now on defense. Surge are looking to make a statement early in this game.
This is an incredibly important game, Dan. Can you tell us a little bit about what this means for them?
Well, this is a women's semi-final, so glory or ignominy awaits the team. You've just got to pick which you would like.
Tam with the disc now. She's looking to score. She's looking deep. Doesn't get it. Looks to swing.
Oh, they're on the end zone line here. They're very close. They're deep in the red zone. She's pivoting. High stall. Oh, wow. Okay. Gets it off eventually. Now the up the line with a bit of a bid.
Do you think the bit of the breeze pushed it away?
Yeah, the wind is going to be a huge factor in this game. It's all about that adaptation and finding what works for you in atrocious conditions.
Surge with the disc again. They swing, can't convert, receiver misses it. Kaos with another opportunity to score.
Speaking of adaptation, we've seen a lot of teams fall because they're trying to stick with this kind of dismovement possession style when positioning is almost important, or more important rather, as we see another turn, and then fast movement by Surge.
Just couldn't connect there with their receiver. Out of the tips of... And they score! Kaos get the first point on the board.
Well, that'll be good for them. That'll steady the nerves a lot. And not going down early in this game, I think, is important. Keep it close and really have the game decided after halftime. You don't really want to be down 4 or 5 points in the first half and then have to fight back late in the game. You want to keep things tight and then clutch it out late in the game if you can. Ideally, of course, you'd be up 4 or 5 points. But if you can't have that, keep it close.
You do want to be trading points in these type of games. It's a semi-final, so whoever wins this will go straight through to the final.
Yeah, they'll have a time slot break before they've got to come back and play in the final that will be live streamed here on the Australian Ultimate YouTube channel. So make sure you join us this afternoon for that game.
Kaos, hailing from Perth, they've come into this semi undefeated, beating all of their teams. While Surge, they won 3 and have lost 2, beating out on some other experienced players in Ladies Lounge. They
So
also
they lost to Ladies Lounge, or they beat them?
They beat Ladies Lounge to make it into the semis yesterday. Incredible effort.
And that was a Universe point win as well, wasn't it?
That's right.
So 6-all and 7-6 to take out the very strong team from the north.
Kaos with the disc going out in defense. That's a good pull.
It's a very good pull.
Helen Jones picking up the disc, sending it to Tuppett, looking for Lee, doesn't get it, sends it back to Jones. Kaos putting on their 3-3-1 zone again. They know it's worked. The last couple of days they've been putting that on, and in these conditions, that's exactly what you need to do.
I love this zone offense that the Surge seem to be running, a very, very short range, 3-4 metre backhand base zone offense that doesn't move to the sideline. I love it. It's very, very effective in these conditions because, you know, it takes a special player to throw
Kaos
it.
sending along, can they get it? Yes, she gets it! Oh no, just out. From this side of the field, it was hard to tell. We can't
good.
see.
It looked good from here.
It looked good.
As I was saying, it takes a special person to throw, you know, a 30 or a 40 metre forehand in these conditions, but, you know, most people are able to throw that 3 or 4 metre backhand, even with the wind howling at, you know, 30 or 40 kilometres as it is at the moment.
Surge just missing that disc. Kaos on the doorstep of their end zone line.
And there's
looking
that
to get that break.
That cheap turn that was mentioned in the pre-game. Oh, that's a break.
That's a beautiful point there. A few turnovers. In these conditions, it does often happen. We have seen it all weekend. It's gone back and forth in lots of points, made it very long.
Yeah, Avril Tam, she was actually the player we spoke to before the game started, and we saw there on camera. She was mentioning getting cheap turns and having a short field to play with was really a key for them yesterday, and they were looking to stick with that today if they could, and, well, game plan seems to be working.
It is indeed, Dan. Tam was saying that she's respecting the weather conditions. They've come all the way from Perth. They don't actually know Wollongong Surge that well, not having played them very often. So they're not sure what they're going to put out, and they're just going to continue to play their own game, which they've been doing, which has worked for them. And that's their short play, short offensive throws. They're just going to push through mentally because they are a bit tired, but it seems to be working thus far. Kaos 2, Surge 1. Dan, we've made it to day 3 of Div 2 Nationals. The weather has been the one thing that we've been bringing up every single game.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's gross.
Oh, wow, that's a really, really good pull there by Morrow.
Tuppett going to pick up the disc. Receivers free. Kaos putting on their 3-3-1 zone again. Just looking for a handler back to Tuppett. Tuppett swings through the middle. Pivoting, she's looking for someone. Gets it off. Swings it to the low side of the field. Back to Tuppett. Through to Helen Jones in the middle. She's got space. Receivers not really moving through on the field. They need to cut up long. Cut up towards the handlers and then cut away, creating space, making those defenders move. Helen Jones just bobbles the disc. They get a turn. Kaos going to pick up the disc.
I think that this is
looking
actually
long. Can she get it?
Oh, nice. I think this is actually a little bit worrying for Kaos because Surge, they're looking pretty good on zone O. There's a foul, an uncontested foul. Okay.
Talking it out. Back to Kaos. Back to Tam. Tam sends it in the deep end. Can she get it? No!
Well,
Just needed to lay out a little bit more. She almost had it.
well, she's done the hard yards.
It was falling very quickly though. Tuppett taking up to the end zone line. Looking for her players. Can't get it off. She throws it high. Bladey throw with Kaos underneath. And they get the turn. Looking for a quick pass. Get onto the low side of the field. Sending it, swinging it. Great throw. Back to the dump.
Nice throw through pressure there by Morrow again. She's driving the offense.
And they
Nice.
toe the line to get the score. Getting that break, 3-1.
Well, Sabrina Morrow, she's putting her name forward for MVP. That was an impressive offensive set. Just every second pass, Morrow driving, see break side motion into a very, very nice forehand. It was very flat, very hard, but well handled at the end. And that's 3-1, Kaos. They are certainly the package at the moment.
Kaos showing Surge how they've been playing all weekend. That was some really safe offense. They didn't stress. Turnover on their end zone line. Just walking it in very comfortably, passing it through the handlers. A little bit of a 1-2, and then they got it in. Do you think we'll see more of that today, Dan?
Well, it worked there, and until Surge can prove that they can stop it, I would say stick with it. If you've had success with something and the other team can't stop it, keep going with it. Once you find something that works, don't tinker too much. See Roxy Lorenzen for Surge leaving the line. She's carrying what looks to be an exceedingly heavy leg injury. He's limping very, very heavily. But she's already played a point thus far, so she's not one to let pain or discomfort stop her.
Sorensen pulling the disc for Kaos. Lee to Kaya. Tuppett looking long. Thrown into a bunch of receivers. Kaos putting on their zone again. It's working for them. They're putting on the pressure. And it's slowing down Surge. And they get the turn. Exactly what they wanted. Great heads-up awareness. Block from Luby. Kaos setting up in a horror. Looking to create space. You're not a fan of the horrors in these conditions, are you, Dan?
Well, the problem with horizontal is that you need to be able to throw to any of the four receivers down the field. So that means, you know, potentially a sideways throw or a diagonal throw of 30 or 40 meters, which just isn't going to happen today. Don't care who you are.
Why is that though?
Because of the wind. Like, if you can't make that throw, you're effectively turning your offense from a four receiver offense into a one or even two receiver offense. And in these conditions, the wind is blowing. It's going to pick the disc up. It's going to make it hard. If it bobbles, you've effectively only got two people potentially catching the disc, whereas you might have five. Say if you're running out of a vert or a diagonal, potentially trying to create more vertical down and up the field. Oh, to Weir. Weir back to Tuppett.
To Lee. She's trying to break that cup, and they get the turn. Throw it straight to the ground. Kaos moving it, trying to move it quickly, looking deep, straight away, throws
Nice
it away.
block.
Good block from Tuppett there. Tuppett being the captain of Surge today. She couldn't make it on Friday, which is why Surge only had 10 players. They've now got a full roster. Tuppett sending it high. Bit loopy. Kaos get the intercept. They send it to the deep zone, and they score!
Oh, they've done it. That's 4-1, cheap turns. The name of the game thus far. Kaos, the much better strategic idea this early in the game. Surge just really struggling to find answers. They've looked okay, they haven't looked bad, but Kaos with the better strategic idea, as I said, holding the disc down in the offensive red zone and getting that cheap turn so there's less distance to travel. We see the replay, goes high. And that was Tuppett getting a block early.
This is not what you want when you're Surge. This early on in the game, Kaos are getting these really easy points.
And Sorensen, that throw to the end zone, that's a pretty good throw. 30 yards, cross breeze, and it never wobbled once.
That's what you were saying before, is with this type of weather, it cuts off so many types of throws, which means you can't actually put on everything that you normally can. So it's the challenge with this type of weather is you have to know exactly what you can throw, which is why you're saying they shouldn't go out in a hurry, because you have to throw these sort of weird sort of cross-field throws.
Yeah, or avoid them even.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Surge, another opportunity now, and they're up against this zone. I think they need to realise that they need to play some positional ultimate here and just get it as far down the field as they can and then play D. Because this zone offense, I have great faith this zone offense will work if they're playing from the red zone. However, when you're playing from your own red zone, it just creates these opportunities for Kaos to pick up the disc and potentially punch it in.
And we see this right now. Kaos has turned it over. They've got the disc in hand. They're looking to score straight away. Doesn't get it. Receiver cut off by defender. Looking close on the line. Jamming it down in that sideline end zone. They're very close. Oh! Did they get it?
She's called not in. So Morrow's going to have this right on the end zone line. And the crossfield throw.
Oh!
And it's caught. She's done it. She's caught it. There's going to be a conversation. We'll have to see what the verdict is. Looks like it's going to be an uncontested or a retracted call. And Kaos, 5-1 now the scoreline. See the replay. The throw was, well, the wind murdered it. And then it was saved. It was brought back to life. CPR was performed. She had the defibrillator out and she gave it a shock. She said, "Don't die on me now, you bastard. Live! Live!"
Live for me! Tam said, "No!" Dr. Tam to the rescue, picking up the disc. It was blading down to the end zone. Now, if I was Surge, would you be calling a timeout right now?
I would have called it 2 points ago.
That's right. I think Kaos are up 4 points now. They've got a big lead. Comfortable, would you say, Dan?
No.
No, it's not.
Well, we watched the game yesterday where Valkyrie was up 5-1. Very similar situation. Yeah. And they lost in Universe to Tempest. So we've seen it not 24 hours ago. Well, just over 24 hours ago, this exact same story. It's just a question of what's going to happen now. Can Surge bring this back? You have to say so far, though, that I'm not a believer at this stage.
Surge with the disc again. Back into an offense against a zone. Kaos, knowing this is working. The challenge is they're only looking for 1 or 2 passes in the middle. They need to swing it. Tuppett drops the disc. Kaos get an easy turnover yet again.
Yeah.
Past the halfway mark.
I don't think Kaos has ever had an offensive set where they've had to go more than 40 metres. They've never had more than half the field to go to score, and it's working very, very well at a strategic level for them. And here we go again. Nice.
Beautiful throw into the end zone. Receiver far from her defender. Catches it just on the tip. Could have almost dropped it. Comfortably takes it.
Here's the timeout call. It was long required. Tuppett's going to call it.
And we're back after a timeout called by Surge. Dan, what do you think they just said?
Wow. I don't think they were talking about the party.
No.
I think there is more pressing issues on their mind at the moment. If I was in the huddle and I was the coach, I'd be emphasising field position at this stage. I think field position, primary concern at the moment for Surge. This wind is just atrocious. There's nothing like this that they would have faced in training, and they've got to move away from everything they've practiced up to this point, and just play a bit of gross ultimate. Hark and play D.
And that's what we've seen all weekend. A bit of gross ultimate. We get the turn. Kaos get the disc again.
It's slaying.
Picking it up. They're trying to move it nice and quickly. Receivers all over the field. They're not really setting up. Looking back to the dump, swinging it across the field.
Morrow.
Into the end zone. Oh, just through the fingertips. But she chased it down.
I like that sign of intent right there.
I think Wollongong Surge being locals, do you think they have any excuse for not knowing how to deal with the wind?
It's not about not knowing how to deal with the wind. It's about moving away from the classical idea of ultimate, where you hold possession on offense, to just this positional game that is really it's never played, because it's not the way you play ultimate. Except when it's you're in tournaments like this, where completing a 30-meter pass just ain't going to happen. Well, Helen Jones says, yeah. Hey, maybe for the rest of us.
Yeah.
But me, no problems.
She's an exception to the rule.
Exceptional indeed.
Exceptional.
That is Helen Jones in a word.
Surge have actually done a really good job of moving it down from the end zone line. This is actually the furthest they've done in this zone. Tuppett almost dropping that disc, lost sight of it. They're getting trapped on this end, and they just need to swing it across. They're looking through the middle, but it's not working for them. They need to dump and swing.
I completely disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah, no, this zone offense is very similar to one that was designed for the women's game.
Yep.
The dump and swing zone O is assuming that you can make a 30-meter cross-field pass, but you can't in these conditions. What you can do is you can throw, 30 or 40.
And
Helen
Tuppett
Jones
throws to Helen Jones. Wollongong get another point on the board. That was great offense there from Wollongong. I think that timeout helped. They recognized what they needed to do. They had full possession that entire time.
Yeah, this zone offense, I think that the comment about them being locals, very, very crucial. Because this zone offense is very much for exceedingly windy conditions, which is what we're in right now. And the ability to throw, lots of really short passes, backhand, all the way, never a forehand, just lots and lots of short passes, never getting caught on the sideline. And that's the secret to playing really good zone offense, I believe. With the prevalence of these line trap 1-3-2-1 zones, you've got to come up with a way of playing to your offense's strengths rather than doing what the defense wants you to do, which may be throw lots of sideways long passes, throw it to the sideline. And Surge are doing none of that on their offense.
Surge just need to move it a little bit quicker through that zone, because it is so fast spread that once you move it quickly, the defense is out of place. And so they have to run to get to the disc. Wollongong going out in defense now. Kaos setting up in a vert stack.
I would like to see a little bit of zone D from Surge here. See how Kaos like their own medicine.
Yeah, put the pressure back on them. See what's happening. They're looking down the line. And she gets the block. This could be a turn for Surge.
Well, now it's all to do.
Mandy Lee picking up the disc. Kaos back into their zone. They know what's working. They're just going to keep putting it out there. I don't think we've seen a man defense from Kaos just yet, have we?
No, and I would be surprised if we do. I mean, the Surge Zone O is actually probably the best Zone O we've seen all weekend. As you see here now, they're just working that inside, the inside space, the space that exists in the cup. They're finding it. As we see, just short little passes, resetting the stall, changing the angle, you know, making progress down the field. This is what you need to do in conditions where you can't throw further than 20 metres. You've got to find a way of making it work.
Yeah, they just need to keep passing it nice and quickly, 1-2s through the middle, back to the same player, back, keep going, but moving forward because every single time the defense has to reset. Great hands from Lorenzen there.
Roxy Lorenzen on one leg.
She looks good when she's running. It's when she's stopped that she looks injured. Oh, that was dangerous. That was scary. Surge breaking through the zone. They're gaining meters.
This zone offense, it is so similar to the one that was designed to, like, the zone offense that got designed, Hillary. What they did was they took everything away. They just wiped the slate clean and said, right, this is what we're seeing in Women's Ultimate. We're seeing a lot of line trap. We're seeing a lot of pommies, as they're called. How do we beat this? And the answer was keep it in the middle third, throw lots of short, 5-meter passes that, all women can do easily and at a high percentage, and try and work the space inside the cup. And I don't know where Surge have got this from, because it was a very high-level thing that, started in South Australia, and they've seemed to have kind of organically come up with this idea themselves, and it's great. I'm loving this zone offense.
They're doing it really well. We've just seen 2 turnovers from both teams. I think the pressure is building for them. They can understand how crucial this game is.
And, well, Kaos making a liar out of me. They're playing Man D.
Kaos back with the disc. Setting up in a vert. Great cut. Up the line. Sending it down.
Oh, Lynn finds Sorensen.
Sorensen straight into the back of a defender.
She loves it. We love it.
That's Erin Healy.
That's a Falcon block. She knew nothing about it. It was her melon. The big melon.
It was her back, Dan. It was her back.
It looked like the back of her head.
That was great defensive play from Healy. She was in the way. She was covering her opponent, regardless of whether the fact that she was in front. Healy sends it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen takes it down. No receivers in front of her. She sends it to the end zone. Will she get it? Oh. Dan.
Yes?
Can you believe it? Another turnover.
Yes, I can believe it.
We've seen lots of turnovers in this tournament. It can't just be the wind. It's the pressure, isn't it? It's the intensity and the teams. They just want it so bad. They're so hungry.
Well, at times, the wind really isn't that bad.
Like right now, it's actually completely stopped.
Yes. And at times, you can throw whatever you'd like because the weather is not going to stop you. At some stage, you're in your own head. You're like, no, I can't throw that. But really, you can. Have faith.
Surge sending it. That's the first huck we've seen from Kaos, sorry. Back to looking for Sorensen. She doesn't get it. Sends it to the dump. Dump bobbles it.
And this is much better from Surge right now. They're operating.
That was a great block from Ferguson there.
Yeah, they're operating in their opposition's half of the field, a bit more positionally minded, and they're having an opportunity at a short field.
I think Surge had just woken up. Oh, just couldn't get it. Missed that connection. Perhaps Surge were a little bit asleep in the first few points. They're now starting to wake up and realize how important this game is and how crucial it is. They need to stop giving away these easy turns and make the team work for it.
And another short fieldage opportunity for Surge. Cheap turn. And Kaos. Having a taste of their own medicine.
Was that a hand block?
It might have been.
I couldn't see.
That's a long way away. Anyway, Surge.
Healy with the disc.
That might end up in
Throws
the end
it
zone.
up. Bit too much angle when she released that disc. Just threw it straight into the wind and it just picked it up and took it away out of field.
Yeah.
Straight back to Kaos. Kaos setting up really close to the end zone, to the sideline, not leaving enough space for the dump to cut down the line. I'm not sure I like this look. I think they're looking to swing it or huck it deep, which they do! But Surge gets the block.
Yeah, fast hands.
We'll have Mandy Lee picking up the disc. Looking for Healy. Just too much angle as well. It bubbled a little bit. See, this is what I'm saying. These are these cheap turnovers, and it's just unfortunate that these...
I think Sorensen gets the idea here. I think she realizes that where the disc is more important than having possession of it. And Kaos is going to stick with their man defense.
But Dan, Kaos have been able to move the disc from one side of the field to the other safely, just doing short passes. So I think that they can get it through with their short offense. It's just, I agree with you can just send it long, but then you've got to work to get it back, don't you?
Yeah, the defense. It's all about the defense and what pressure you can put on.
The risk for Surge is that they're still 4 points down. So if they send it... Oh, that was great heads-up awareness from Tam. She saw that disc coming a mile away, knew what was going.
Yeah, she read it the best, did Ho. Behind another huck. Yeah, I think these Chaos girls, I think they're starting to get the idea.
They're getting your idea, that's for sure.
Well, you see the disc is slowly moving to the left, isn't it? We started the point, 30 seconds ago. We were far up against Chaos's end zone line. And now we're all the way down the other field. And Surge are still trying to play the short game.
Healy walking the disc up. Looking for a receiver. Cuts very slow out of the stack.
Oh, again.
Ho, second intercept.
She's got a crystal ball.
Can she get the... And
The
she
bookend.
scores!
She's done it. She's got a crystal ball. She can predict the future. She knows what's going to happen before you do. Before you've even decided, she knows about it. And what a goal. 2 blocks and then to score to finish it off. Well, that's 7-2. We are that close to halftime.
So close to halftime. Would you call a timeout now? Reset? Or do you think they've still got the intensity to play?
The wind is kind of coming from the right-hand end zone, the back of the right-hand end zone. And it's coming towards us as we sit here in the middle of the field. So it's a weird kind of cross-field come upwind, downwind kind of situation. And right now, Surge are going to be working downwind. So I think that, no, you don't call timeout here. But if I'm involved in the Surge leadership group, I'm emphasizing, hey, we want to have the disc down the left-hand side. We want it nearest to Chaos's end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to make them work it as far as they can down the field. If need be, we're going to play kick and chase.
Yeah.
We're going to punt it as far as we can and then play D. And put the pressure on Chaos's offense to really make meters.
Surge picking up the disc. Jones sends it to Tuppett. Tuppett looking long. She sends it. Her receiver just miscommunicates.
Oh,
can she get it? Oh!
We are in the end zone. She's called not in.
She towed the line. Not in. She's looking. She needs to send it back. Oh, no!
It's a disaster.
She just threw it into the air without thinking. Now Chaos are just running it. Just huck it. Just huck it long. Send it to your receiver. Let them chase it down. Don't worry about the defenders getting set up.
Well, Kaos off to the races. Morrow.
This is some excellent offense. They're just working it through their players. Nice and fast. Easy.
And breakside motion now to the end zone. Kaos taking a half. Wow, what an offensive point. It was mere seconds. travelled the 60 metres faster than Usain Bolt, and through the hands of all of their players they go to take half, do the ladies from WA. What a first half, and it's all to do for Surge.
Surge. They were so close. They were on the doorstep of winning that point, of scoring. And they just lost it. They just threw it up in the air. That was great heads up from Weir. That's the thing with Frisbee. You can knock it out, but it can fly back in.
It can indeed.
That's why you always catch your Ds.
Well, that's halftime, Hillary. Let's take a break, shall we?
Let's do it, Dan.
And we'll see you back very shortly for the conclusion of this women's semi-final.
And we're back after the halftime break. Kaos on 8, Surge 2. We've got a big game on our hands. Surge are going to have to make this big gap if they want to make it into the finals. But Kaos are just a force to be reckoned with. They're just putting out exactly what they've been doing all weekend. This 3-3-1 zone. Kaos going down on defense again. Let's see if they put this zone on. Delati with the pull. Surge picks up the disc, looks to tup it. They're moving it. Ooh, that almost could have been a drop. Passes it through the cup. They just need to pick up the pace, move a little bit quicker. That's it, swing it. Get back into their groove before. They had really good offense. Just turfs it, Tuppet throws it to the ground. The challenge in these conditions is you have to throw it low so it doesn't fly up into the wind. You throw it too low and it goes straight into the ground. It's a fine line at the moment. Kaos looking to close the gap. Sends it into the end zone. Just too much. Not enough curve on that one. So you need to actually release it with a little bit of an angle just to get it to pop back into the end zone. And they're set up their zone again, but they're stuck down. Surge is stuck in their end zone. This is Callahan territory. Tuppet with the disc. She just needs to huck it. Just huck it, Tuppet. Oh, and an easy drop. Kaos, can they convert quickly? She's looking for something. It's busy around there. They just need to clear out. Oh, hand block. Tuppet picks up the disc. Zone is reset. Receivers up, throws a blade. Comes out. Helen Jones to the rescue, saving the disc before it flies off to the beach, going for a swim. Got Delati walking it over. Kaos setting up in a vert. It's a better opportunity for them to throw it long to get these open unders, which they do. Lynn looking to dump it, doesn't get it, swings it down the line. They get the turn. They're going to reset onto their zone. They know it's working. Let's see if they can keep Surge down here. Tuppet just sends it into the air. That's what you've got to do in these conditions. When you're stuck on the sideline and you don't have very many options through the cup, you have a dump who's covered by another defender. You just need to send it long to get your team further down the field. Now Kaos have the challenge of moving it all the way up to their end zone line. We've seen it done before. They'll set up in a vert. Delati walking the disc up again. She's a strong handler for Kaos. Gets the up line cut. Close to the end zone. Drop through the hands.
But this is much better from Surge. They're playing the field position game. And it's working a lot better than their ideas from the first half.
What's going on there?
What is going on there indeed?
Absolute carnage, but they got it. They scored.
Carnage. Carnage is a great description. There was blood and guts everywhere, and the disc was in there, and the players were flying, and well, Surge have got themselves a point.
Surge is just looking to throw it, and they're just saying, somebody grab the disc, whoever's there. I don't care. Just score.
Put it on a wing and a prayer, leave it up to the Frisbee gods, and
they'll get someone there.
let them sort it out. Good awareness there. Pops up over the original receiver, and then the second pass. Murder and mayhem in the end zone. Surge, the benefactors. They dodged the police on this day.
They just got it. That was close. With this weather, that could have just flown off out straight away.
Could have ended up anywhere. Yeah, it is Well, it's still gusting, you know, a bit of a crossfield breeze at the moment. See Helen Jones with the disc in hand. That
Jones.
Iconic blonde hair.
Iconic beachy blonde hair. Jones has been an incredible player this weekend. That's an okay pull. In these conditions, upwind, that's as good as you're going to get, really, isn't it?
And Helen Jones v Sabrina Morrow, that's a good matchup.
Surge not going out with a zone. Do you think they should put one on?
I'd try it at this stage. They've stuck with the single coverage thus far, but I'd like to see what had happened.
Sorensen throws it into the end zone.
Roxy Lorenzen, with one leg, knows the most about it and gets herself a block. There's no call. It's a turnover. Jones going to go pick it up.
I'd be putting on a zone if I was Surge, just to see what happens. Try it, test it out for 1 point. If it doesn't work, you can go back to your man defense. But at this stage of the game, it's worth it. You're down. You want to try something different. You want to see what's going to work. And if Kaos... Oh, that was a bobbly drop.
And again, field position more important than possession.
Cheap giveaway.
Morrow. Short range forehand to Sorensen. Too easy for Sabrina Morrow, the ex-Irukandji representative player. She played beach for Australia in 2017 and shows a bit of class there. That short range forehand, hard to do, but somehow does it. Yeah, it was wobbly. But doesn't count. It doesn't matter how wobbly or how ugly it is, as long as it ends up in the hands of one of your receivers in the end zone.
That's
the
right.
rest is academic.
I've said it all weekend. Doesn't matter how pretty it is. Doesn't matter how ugly it is. If you score, that's what you want, right? I mean, a coach will want something different. They want that clean. They want that cutthroat, sort of beautiful structure. All these buzzwords.
Coaches are often idealists.
That's right.
And they don't always live in the real world where the players actually have to get the job done.
And often they're do as I say, not as I do. Because you often see coaches out there doing
the
things
worst.
that you're like, hang on a second, you've been telling us to do this and you're doing, the absolute opposite.
Yeah, they're often the worst for
You
bad
do what
throwaways.
works.
Well, Kaos have worked out what works thus far.
We need a miracle, Dan. Wollongong being winners last year. What do they need to do?
They need to play the positional game. They need to throw out everything that they've learnt about good ultimate over the past, year since they won, and they need to just play Huck and D.
Huck and D. We saw a lot of that yesterday. Not sure the ladies like to do that though so much. Kaos coming back out.
That's because the women are more intellectual about the game. They think more than the men do. And you see here, Surge, they know that their zone offense works. It's just a question of execution. So they're not really too afraid to put the disc through hands, 100 times. The problem being that turns are going to happen. That's just the reality. And you've got to maximize your percentages. Get the disc down the other end of the field and then play your zone offense. You're going to have a lot more success when you're defending a longer field, because right now Surge, they're not defending much field. They're only defending 20 metres as opposed to 40 or 50 metres.
Yeah, you need that space. It's a bit of comfort, is it not? When you know that the other team has a lot of metres to gain before they can score, you've got a bit more of comfort in your defensive style.
And also the eighth man has more of an impact.
The eighth man?
The eighth man.
The eighth man being?
The wind.
The wind.
The eighth defender is crucial sometimes. And she's been playing absolute havoc. Speaking of havoc.
Oh, that was a beautiful throw.
Tuppett cries havoc and let's slip the gods of war, or the dogs
That's
of war.
exactly what we wanted to see there. That's what you were telling Tuppett to do this entire time. Just send it. This is what you've got now. Kaos now had to move it all the way up to the end of the other end zone. But can they do it down on this sideline? They need to swing it across. They're stuck in that windy spot.
Yeah, the low side. Morrow and she's trying to work it here. And Morrow goes with an
Sends it.
outcut.
Can Morrow get it? Oh, and it's out. Well and truly out. Wind just takes it away. The 8th man, the 8th defender, playing on both teams, really.
Yeah. Doesn't care who she's playing for. Doesn't really have a team she supports. Just plays defense the entire day.
She doesn't like to help out.
No.
She just wants to cause havoc, mix it up a bit. She says, hey, you guys came here to play Frisbee. I've come here to play
Defense.
defense.
A lady after my own heart.
So
Nothing like a good day of defense. Get dirty, a little bit bloody,
another turn there for Surge.
and we see field position. We were at the left of screen, and now we're at the right of screen, and Kaos with a short field. Morrow. She's doing so much for Kaos, is Morrow. And I think she's scored another one to make it 10-3. Yeah, she likes it. There's not long left in this game, only 26 minutes till time cap. All 5 points should Kaos score that many times. Well,
It's not the close tying game that I thought we were going to see. I thought we were going to see a lot of trading points.
it comes back to the strategic ideas of both teams. That high-level concept of what are we going to do this game? Not, hey, let's complete backhands. How do we throw forehand in the wind? That's technical stuff. It's not the tactics of, okay, we're going to run a vertical stack. We're going to stack a little bit further on the outside of the field. No, it's none of that. It's, hey, the idea here is we want to defend as much of the field as possible, have the disc as far down towards our end zone as possible, our attacking end zone as possible, and not really worry too much about our possession of the disc. Focus on the position and then go from there.
Yeah, in all fairness, Surge haven't been putting up bad throws either.
It's just the skill errors that are going to result of the 8th defender. It's just going to happen.
It's going to happen.
You can't avoid it. There is nothing you can do as a player, as a coach. It would need divine intervention to prevent these things from happening. So it's not going to happen. Just don't worry about it. You're going to drop the disc. There's going to be throwaways. Just accept it and come up with a game plan that's going to work for you.
The throwaways are okay. Surge have had a lot of drop discs. In fact, probably more than they can at this level now. They're in the semis. They can't afford.
Tuppett. I think Tuppett is slowly cottoning on to the idea that this is how she needs to play this game. Try and air it out. Find a receiver.
Dan, it's like you've got a little mic in her ear. She's listening to what you're saying. She's going, Dan's telling me to huck it long. It's about positional offense.
Yeah. And we see now a bit of a poachy, zony thing, and the disc is going to pop. It's going to bounce.
That popped at the perfect moment over the head of the defender. Kaos couldn't rein it in. Oh, Helen Jones dives to get the disc. She's been doing it all weekend. She'll do anything. She's hungry. She's disc hungry.
And it doesn't matter. That last throw, who cares? You've now got 60 metres to defend with a 30-knot breeze. Best of luck, Kaos. Yeah, have a crack.
I'd be setting up in a zone right now trying to trap them in this corner.
It's the coffin corner down there.
Exactly, and they're going to get it off. But they don't. They turn it over. And Surge straight away throw it back to Kaos. They say, give yourself another go. Try and see if you can get through our defense. Kaos sending it. They're moving it okay, actually. The wind is picking up. It's bobbling the disc. It's dropping up and down in these different sort of wavelengths. It's playing music or something. What's its tune?
Well, it's not It's not a symphony of ultimate. Maybe it's like that.
Yes, Tuppet! Ah! Surge gets it!
Oh,
That was amazing!
just as I'm laying the heat onto it, it's not a symphony. Tuppet, she taps her baton and she says, listen up, I am now the orchestrator of magic.
I am the conductor here! Watch me play!
And Lorenzo, she says, okay, I'm with you, Cap. Let's go to the end zone.
We just watch the replay. Tuppet sees Lorenzen cutting deep. She throws a nice forehand
That
flick.
throw is pretty.
Lorenzen has to get horizontal to get it. And she does.
Oh, wow.
Commitment.
That is the play of the game so far. And Serge, they're going to need some more of that if they want to get back in this game.
Lorenzen, she's hobbling.
Yeah, she looks so incredibly stiff. She's like Pete the Peg Leg. She's got one and one only good
She
leg.
only needs one leg, doesn't she, Dan?
If you could play that good on one leg, you'd be happy. Imagine what she'd be like if she was fully fit.
We might have seen a different scoreline right now.
Well, we could have at that.
Was that Steve Baker calling the whistle?
Yeah, two hoots for the full elapsed time between points.
Oh, and that ball right up into the wind. It actually blew back. Not the best. Kaos get to set up right halfway down the field. Travel called
Oh, travel.
early on. They have a bit of a discussion.
So she dragged the foot on the throw. It might be you're a lefty, you travelled. No, there's no
That didn't
travel
look
there.
like a travel, no.
That's a you're a lefty. You're a lefty, you travelled. When you play against right-handers for so often, when there's a
Yeah.
left-handed thrower, it just throws you off completely because
Absolutely.
that's the wrong foot. You're not supposed to move that foot.
That's right. And when they set up and they establish their pivot foot, it's always slightly different for a right-hander. So you can sometimes get confused. Helen Jones on the sideline, looking for weird, doesn't get it, throws it up into the air. Kaos gets it. Sorensen just throws it
Ellen
out.
Jones in the lane. She completely went unaccountable. She was like, we're playing a semi-zone. You're going to want to huck this. I'm just going to stand in the way. And now the field gets progressively shorter for Serge.
Oh.
That's fine. That's fine.
Tuppet last. She knows what's just come out of her hands.
It's
She
fine.
says, that's okay.
Don't stress.
We're here to have fun.
Don't stress about
And
it.
we've
It's
got this.
fine.
We'll bring it back.
Because there's a loose zone at the
I'm
moment.
loving this. I want more zone from Surge. I just want to see what they're going to do with this. Will it put... And it is putting the pressure on Kaos. Drop it straight away. Giving Surge the opportunity to convert here.
Oh, she gestures under, throws high release to Jones. And Jones so close.
Jones looks to dump. Doesn't get it. Guys need to clear out. Tuppet gets it. She walks it in practically. She says,
And she spikes it
I
over the left.
I threw it away, but I'm going to score now.
Over the left shoulder it goes. And 10-5. Surge on a bit of a run.
Is that 2 points in a row there?
It is. They're surging back into the game.
They are surging.
Can I hear a siren? Yeah, I can hear a siren. The cliche police are coming. They're coming to lock me up. Oh, Jones, we see that high release and it's just through 3 or 4 Kaos players. Tuffin loves it. Throws the disc, it ends up in the shrubbery and the back of beyond. Yeah, 18 minutes to go, Hillary. Not long left.
Not long now.
And Surge, they've got it all to do still.
They've got so much to do. A mountain to climb.
I love how Surge have made gradual adjustments over the course of the game. They're coming back into this. It's just a shame they didn't have these ideas earlier.
Yeah.
Kaos have built this lead based upon the fact that they were prepared for the conditions. A little bit more so than Surge were.
Sometimes teams take a bit of time to warm up mentally on the field. And the challenge is, on day 3 of a tournament, you don't have any time to warm up on the field. You have to be in it straight away. That's why Kaos are going out with exactly what they've been doing every single day, which has been working for them. They're just fortunate enough that they picked it up early on, figured out what works best for their team and stuck to it. Surge need to adjust. They need to keep working hard. They need to catch all of their Ds.
That's a really, really good pull. That was pretty much a 60-metre pull. It's awesome. Oh, off hands.
Great commitment, trying to get to the disc.
Yep.
Surge with the disc again. The wind picks up as they pick it up. They throw it to the end zone. Lorenzen can't get it. She's gassed. Just doesn't have enough in that leg. It looks sore.
She looks very, very sore. For Kaos, they've got 60 metres to travel. And Surge, they're getting the idea. See the replay of the layout. Just bouncing off the index finger. And Morrow comes to the near side.
Sends it high to her other player on the other side of the field. They're just jamming it now down this sideline. They're looking for something. Nobody's moving. They don't realize that Surge is kind of set up in this weird zone. They're still kind of in a vert. They're not really spaced out like you would when you're in a zone. You need to get your 3 handlers back, so you've got plenty of options. But they've only got 2 at the moment. Where's their third? Dan, where's their third?
She's missing. Oh, there's Morrow.
There's Morrow. Just misses that. Tapped it up into the air. Thought, I'm just going to do something tricky here. Spin it on my finger. Sends it to Mandy Lee. Mandy shoots for the end zone. Surge on the end zone line. Lorenzen, what's she going to do? Dump it. She's looking to pop it in down the line.
They've got another one. They are making good their name at the moment.
They are surging, right?
Yeah.
3 points in a row. Could we see another 4 to level it at 10? We could have a universe game here on our hands.
Well, I hope that we do. That would be really, really awesome. We did see Valkyrie squander a very big lead yesterday in one of the round of 16 matches. And Kaos, they could be playing up to their name a little bit.
Dan, the game isn't over till it's over.
It's not, is it? Until the fat lady sings.
Until the fat lady sings. Until pigs fly.
Yes. Or until Lucy Alexander, our head game advisor, says time cap. One of the 3. And Surge, they're going to play some more defense.
Tuppet calling the line. Do you think they're going to go back out in a zone?
They need to. It's working.
They should. Kaos hasn't identified what to do yet. We just saw in that previous point that they weren't setting up properly, which is why they got a turnover.
The big difference is this game has been Kaos's willingness to play positional ultimate and Surge's better zone O. That's been the difference this game, and it's been that strategic idea of positional ultimate that has won the game thus far. But the job's not done at the moment.
Surge getting the turn, doing a 3-3-1 zone. That's exactly what they needed. Tuppet looking to dump it. Not getting free, so she just sends it into the space. The challenge is no one was there.
It doesn't matter. Low side, you can trap here. And
trap they shall. Healy on the mark.
She had her other foot down. I'm going to say that was out.
I think you're right, Dan. Dan, remind me, if your foot is on the line...
You are out.
You are out. Tuppet with the disc again. Sends it to DeMeo. DeMeo swings it round. onto the other side of
okay.
the field. Yeah, you're right.
Takes
That's okay.
a leg break and rolls into the Kaos end zone. That's all right. That's good for Surge.
Chaos walking it up. Jones on the mark,
This is
puts the
good for
pressure on.
Surge.
Says throw it to space. Tuppett getting to pick it up again. Will she just huck it to the end zone?
Yeah,
Will she
that's
just
the
pop
play.
it
I
up?
think Helen Jones needs to go, and she does. Oh, it blades over and nearly ends up in the hands.
The 8th man plays his card yet again.
Have a look at this catch again. Oh, that's a close one. I'm not. It was much, much closer than initially I thought it was.
We're in Callahan territory now. Healy on the mark, putting the pressure on. Chaos looking to swing. They send it down, deep down into an open receiver who's free, waiting for a team to stream along.
They're showing some pretty good disc skills, are the Chaos girls.
They are. They're just slowing down a little bit. They're getting a little bit caught up with this zone. And I think that's what, just a little bit too much angle release on that disc. It just got up and it caught the wind and it was just going to float continuously. So it just missed the hands of a Surge player.
Need to pivot it out, throw from low. In the wind, if you're going to throw an under, you need to be throwing from
That's right.
beneath your knee.
Need to get low. And it helps too because you can fake, you can lunge out, and your defender has to work that much harder to block that disc. Surge back in offense again. We've got Healy with the disc. She's looking for a free receiver. Very busy up there. People weren't cutting very hard. They're just ambling along. Do you think they're tired? 3 days in, surely it must be getting to them.
Yeah, and the conditions as well. It's not conducive to clean and nice structures either.
Oh, and they all go up. The bunch of ladies under that disc, but Chaos seemed to bring it down. Sorensen with the disc again. Finch sends it back.
That one's on the turf. That's a turnover. Tuppett needs to go fast here. Just pick it up and huck it. Helen Jones should be heading for the end zone.
Tuppett in a very difficult position right now. She has those throws. Will the wind be nice to her? No, it won't.
Helen Jones needs to get on the same page as Tuppett. Needs to just realise that the deep throw is really the only throw.
Oh!
That disc goes out, comes back in. It had more curve than Jessica Rabbit. Look at this. It was gone. And then all of a sudden it's coming back.
Tuppett running the disc to the line. She's saying, let's just keep playing. We haven't got long now. This game, it isn't over yet, but the time is ending. Oh! A bunch of ladies under the disc. Chaos get the turn. Just palming it off to each other. Easily passing it through to Sorensen, who's just waiting there saying, hey, pass me the disc. I'm not going to move. There's no defenders around me. And they score.
That could be a nail in the coffin. A steadying point for Chaos. Surge really unable to get anything going that point. Having to defend their short field for much of that point. See the throw. And the catch. Sorensen. Somehow. Many, many limbs. And then the outside in. Oh, wow.
And we see the disc. As it floats out of the frame, that's when the wind picked it up and actually said, no, guys, this is my game. Goodbye, and just sent it further than it was going to go. Surge doing exceptionally well, though, considering they consider themselves a development team this year, having lost a number of their key players from last year that helped them make it to the finals and actually win. They're now bringing a lot of the ladies through from university. Emma Booth being their coach. She's exceptionally proud of where they've come to today, making the semis.
Yeah, and as the defending champions, you would expect them to, at least get to here. I think that they're going to be happy with their tournament. They've played well. But Kaos, after coming 9th last year, have been a surprise package.
Surge, moving the disc quickly. Kaos setting back up in their zone. It's worked time and time again.
Sabrina Morrow working as the deep. She gets herself a block. Oh, now Kaos off to the races.
Turns it over though.
Quick.
Back to Surge.
Quick, throw it. There's no wind. Throw it. Throw it. Quick. Faster.
Yeah, just move. Just keep moving. I think these are tired legs out there. They're just not creating enough options for the throwers. They're just standing there saying, throw it to me. And then we see...
An intercept, of all things.
from Jessica Ho. That's her 4th heads-up intercept. Clean.
Morrow.
She's vying for MVP. Oh, no.
Morrow picks out her receiver and puts it on her chest.
A lapse in concentration? What was that?
That was, well, it wasn't good.
Just didn't see the disc. Perhaps she closed her eyes.
She should have caught with her chin, Hillary.
It's my favorite way. The challenge is it was coming at her chin.
Oh, Kaos, short field. They're in the red zone. Not far to go at all. And if they score here, this is going to be a very strong lead.
Incredibly strong lead. Only got 6 minutes left on the clock.
Oh!
Surge know they need to capitalize on every single moment. There's no time for error now.
Weir puts the biff on Morrow. I don't think that one will be contested. Well, it comes in on 2, rather.
Surge.
And Morrow breaks. Kaos with stump and swing ultimate.
Oh!
Nicely picked up at the back there. Louise Bowen with the scraps.
She knew that that disc could have gone anywhere. That's why she was streaming behind. In these cases, you often would say you don't want 2 people cutting into the same space. But what we've seen all
Well, it
weekend...
can't hurt.
It can't hurt. That's right. And it didn't hurt. But Kaos just then... And the wind! The gale force winds pick up as we hold down the tent that we're sitting under. Dan, is the game over yet?
Yeah, I think we're done here. I think we've seen enough.
I think we've seen some phenomenal frisbee from Kaos. They came out of the starting line saying, this is our game, guys.
I think Surge, they've got a lot to be proud of, and I think when they go away and they watch this game back, they're going to see, girls, like if we just approach this a little bit differently, we could have won easily. They could. This game could easily be 9-9 at this stage, easily. If only Surge had applied their game plan as it has been in the last, in the second half. Because in the second half, it's been, 4 points to 4 or something.
That's right. And Surge, we saw them come back. We saw them get 3 points in a row. We know that they can take it to Kaos. They just didn't quite pick it up early enough in the game. They waited too long.
Well, Morrow's going to pull for Kaos.
That's
a great pull.
Nice pull. Slowly drops to the ground. Kaos have plenty of time to get down there, setting up their zone once again. 3-3-1, putting on the pressure. They want to end this game. Surge with the disc. Tuppett, captain of the team.
This is great Surge Zone O again. And this is the hardest conditions you will ever see zone offense play.
Another easy turnover. These are the things they keep dropping it. I actually think Surge would have done so much better if they didn't drop so many discs. Kaos. Oh! Morrow almost dropping that. Bouncing it off her chest. 1 and 2 on the doorstep. scoring again.
Oh, this gets punched. That's a turn. That's a turn.
Was that a punch by Tuppett?
I don't know. I didn't see who got the block, but, well, the disc is in the next field.
Tuppett gets the disc in the danger zone. What's she going to do? She's just going to huck it. Just send it to the other side of the field. Send it right. Just throw over to where Lorenzen is. She's just in the bottom corner of our screen. Oh, and they almost got that, actually.
Yeah, it was nearly caught.
Yeah. With a disc going absolutely vertical. It's hard to catch.
Sorensen, the other lefty on this team, and there's some cramming in the cram hole offense. Straight down the right-hand side they go to Kaos to make it 13-6, and we've got only another 2 minutes to play. I think it's all over but the crying.
I think it is, Dan. I think the only thing that Surge can do now is just have fun. It's now the opportunity to play what they want to play, put up anything. If you were Surge, what would you be doing? Just to have fun, not to change anything.
Well, I would have been having fun all the time with Morrow juggling that disc half a dozen times. And then that was the D. Yeah, it was Tuppett that got the block there. Before we see the long throw that was vertical.
That disc was almost caught as well.
The offensive passage of play that results in the score.
Just cramming it down that side.
Yep, jam it in the jam hole.
We see it often. Coaches say don't do it. They say swing it to the fat side. You practice, you train for months. You train swinging it, send it to the fat side, cuts, clear out. But day in, day out, we've seen people just jamming it in that jam hole, and it keeps working.
Yeah, well, there's just not a lot of opportunity to create width.
Dan, we've got about 30 seconds left on the clock. Kaos going out in defense. Do you think they're going to get a turn, get 2 quick points, and go to 15?
Well, if they score here, it will be a gain of 15, but I don't think they'll score that quickly. That's if Surge give them the disc back.
Oh, no. Tuppett says, don't worry, I'm here, ladies. I've got it.
And Weir nearly makes a pretty good grab down the stretch. And
they're just deciding where it went out, aren't they?
Well, theoretically, if Weir has touched that while she was inbounds, it should be from where Weir touched it. And Kaos, they've got the disc.
Oh, Weir gets the block!
Yeah,
That's what you want to see. I mean, it's the last few points of the game. Why not show off your skill set? Just keep playing.
A promising player is Kaya Weir. Very interested to see more of her and what her future's going to be like.
Very exciting. Is Kaya playing on any Australian teams?
Not as far as I know. However, I don't think it's a matter of if, but rather when.
When, that's right.
That's going to happen.
Tuppett with the disc again.
It's not common you have that mix of...
Weir!
Oh, Weir!
Weir gets the block and then scores!
Nice stuff. Double happiness. So saying you don't often see that combination of both height and athleticism. We saw Maddie Smith from Valkyrie yesterday. She had it, and well, Kaya Weir here today. We're going to first see the block. Weir just getting in front, making the play, and then the outcut. It comes. She reads it. 2 hands on the disc, like a crocodile, not like a lobster.
Like a crocodile, safe hands. Brings it into her chest like a football or something.
Well,
Tuppett calling the line for Surge. We'll see what they put out here. They're going down in defense. They want to play a few more points, perhaps.
yeah, maybe.
They're saying this game isn't over. There's a bit of a lead, but we're still having so much fun. I'm having fun, Dan. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm not sure if Lucy Alexander, our head game advisor, can hear us at the moment. We'll see if we can get in touch with her as to what the situation is with time cap.
So time cap went during that point, so we've got game to 14.
Thank you. Lucy Alexander, lovely Lucy. She's done a great job all weekend here, along with her other game advisors helping out the players with rules knowledge and a third-party perspective.
That's right.
It's important to note that they're not referees. They have exactly zero power over decisions in the game. They can only offer advice and rules knowledge to the players. It's up to the players to make the calls. And now Morrow with the opportunity to win the game for Kaos.
Will they convert?
Wouldn't it be a story?
Do! Chaos get the last goal!
How appropriate. Through the hands of Sabrina Morrow. They do it. They've booked their place in the final. Chaos, after coming 9th last year, they've got themselves a medal. It's just a question of what colour it's going to be. And wow, what a game that was. The weather was just terrible.
The weather was horrendous.
And the ultimate wasn't much better, but the girls, the ladies, they gave it their all and they played pretty well considering. Well, it's Chaos. They're on their way, and Serge, I think they've got a lot of positives that they can take from that game. A lot of things to be happy about. And Hillary, it's time to go take a break, I think.
Take a break, have a Kit Kat. Thanks to Destination Wollongong for hosting us this weekend. Thanks to Hills Ultimate for running the tournament. Thank you to our game advisors for doing an excellent job out there. I've been Hillary Humes. You've been Dan Clinton. Goodbye.